Hello lovely people, welcome to another video and welcome to an autumn riding tips. Let's talk to you about my topper and its setup. And you never know, I might have some tips for you as well, especially where mudguards are concerned. Welcome to James Social Cycling. Get on the topper! Hello you lovely lot. It is the 22nd of October, I think. 22nd or 23rd. I'm in shorts and t-shirt. Madness for this time of year. Although I've got me, because I'm on the topper, I've got the North Wave Arctic boots on, and the reason for that is to stop my white shoes getting dirty. October people, October. You wouldn't believe it, would you? Anyway, here's the bike. Here's the Topstone in the summer. And here's the winter version. Kind of takes away the awesomeness of the bike, but we do have to keep in mind of these things. Water, and already some of the puddles have been unavoidable. Down some of our lanes the puddles cover, some of the drainage gets blocked and covers the whole of the road, whole of the lane, so we've got an issue there. So I've had to go through loads of it, and as you can see, as much as I'd like to keep the bike clean, the guards don't always do a fantastic job. Today I just wanted to go through some changes to the Topstone for autumn winter, and I've got a couple of tips. For setting up your mud guards, because sometimes they can scratch your seat stays at the back. Obviously that's where your seat stays are, and underneath your forks. So let's get a chance and pull over and have a look at the topper as it is now. There's a little tip. If you're a GoPro user, I've literally just got a bit of fucking twig in my back wheel when I was coming up to stop here to do the video, and you'd think I'd have fallen that way, but I fell that way. Just stopped me dead, and now of course I had this in my pocket. Can you see that? Anyway, worth their money. That would have been the screen otherwise. Anyway, stick that in the pocket. I'll grab that out later. I stopped to have a look at the bike. Oh, I don't know. Beautiful views though. Beautiful views. Okay, so here's the Topstone autumn winter styly. All right, I want to keep riding, so basically I have changed a couple of things. I've taken off all the rubbish. I've changed the saddle for water mount bag, so I've got all my spares in there. I've got a pump as well as a canister just in case, spare tube, all that sort of stuff. I've even got in here, if I show you, so I've actually got a couple of tools just in one case one fails, but I've also got, especially for the winter, a pair of marigolds, so rubber gloves. And the reason for that is, people, is that one, you don't want to ruin your gloves. Two, you get your hands dirty and wet, you're going to be colder. You're going to be cold anyway, but if you take your gloves off and put the marigolds on, the rubber gloves, then that'll be good for you as well. But the other thing in here, not just the canister, I have a spare piece of tyre. Now people, I have this is a very good thing to have, because if you get a sidewall split that is too long for the inner tube to stay in, or anywhere around the tyre, will give you a nice bit of protection inside. And all that is, as you can see, it's probably one of my 28 old Pirelli Cinturato Velos from the Trek. So you can basically have it inside anywhere around like so. Really, really good. And in there I've got a quick link, and I've also carry a spare hanger, which I do quick link and spare hanger all the time anyway. So the tyres have changed. I have put, look, falling off, I've knocked my, there you go, I've knocked that out of. So I've changed the tyres from the gravel 40s to the Cinturato Velos 32s, and I'm running them at the moment at about 80 psi. I could probably get away with 75, but I'm finding I used to run them at 85, but 80's been really nice and comfortable. Doesn't seem to be slowing me down either. But there's a couple of tips that I would like to add to this. The mud guards, obviously the problem you're going to get is you get a lot of rubbish on the, or rattle here, so sometimes you have to leave a gap, but you can't actually see that there. But that in there, in between the mud guard and the frame, is a nice little piece. And as you see here, it's actually sort of moving a little bit, but if you look in there you can see just a bit of inner tube, and that inner tube basically will stop any rubbish and any rattling as well, because they're the only two contact points on the frame really that do rub, and that is on the seat stay here and on the fork. And these are the NCS, I think they're the 45s, so the NCS 45, so I can run a tyre from up to, I think it's up to 35-40. Alright, so, and there you have it. So there's just a few little tips about riding in autumn and having the bike set up for winter. But as you can see, as awesome as ever, the mudguards don't make it look that great, but under there, what film was that from? James, get on the topper. And as you can see, if I don't wear the overshoes, the boots do get mucky. They do get mucky. But again, I wanted to I'm just out on a short ride today, make sure everything's set up okay, make sure the shoes are still as comfy as I remember, which they are. 20 odd, I think I'm probably about 15 mile in, and I've had no real issues. Probably just a little bit of indexing on the gears is probably all I need to do really. Everything else has been awesome. All right. ...23 miles. hopefully you found this useful, and don't forget guys, comment down below. I don't want to nick all the tips. What's your personal tips for riding in autumn and winter? Hey, or have you got any bike setup tips that you recommend? Stick them in the comments below. Let's get a conversation going. And don't forget, if you found this useful, give me a like. There is a buy me a coffee, which I never usually shout out, but it's always in the description below. And or give us a sub. Either way, I'll appreciate it. Thank you very much. Lots of love, people. I look forward to seeing you on the road very soon.